What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Roaring Skies. My name is Nick, aka Weatherborn Nick, and welcome back to the show, y'all. Hope all of you are doing well. Hope all of you are staying safe in this crazy severe weather season that we've had so far in the year of 2026. But if you live around the St. Louis metro, if you live around Paducah and parts of southern Illinois and parts of Missouri and parts of Kentucky, and you've probably seen this on Facebook or the news and stuff lately, that we are going to be under a chance for severe weather, and I want to talk about that. So, yeah, I've seen lots of people fear mongering, and I always talk about this whenever I do these kinds of videos that I do not like it when people fear monger. I just want to, give you the facts as they are and let you make your own conclusion. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, let's get into it, shall we? So, this right here, you see this right here, parts of near St. Louis is under an enhanced risk, and in the other parts of St. Louis are under a slight. And then, you got the marginal over here and all of that, yada, yada, yada. But if you see this right here, so there's more severe storms Sunday afternoon and evening. Severe thunderstorms are possible Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. The most significant storms will be across southeast Missouri and southern Illinois. Hazards, damaging wind, and brief isolated tornadoes. Make sure to have multiple ways of receiving warnings. Know where your safe place is and know how to get there if severe weather strikes. The severe weather outlook for Sunday presents an enhanced risk of severe weather south of the I-44 corridor in Missouri and south of the I-70 corridor in Missouri. A line of severe thunderstorms is expected along a strong cold front, bringing damaging winds and much colder air into the region. But yeah, so if you live in Illinois, like south of St. Louis or like around this area, you are under an enhanced, and if you live around St. Louis and around over here, you are under a slight. So I just wanted to bring this to the forefront and just to show you guys of what the predictions and stuff are. I'm not saying a tornado will take place, but I'm also saying one will not take place. So once again, just have ways to receive warnings and just I'm going to be on your toes in case trouble arises. But I also want to show something else on here too for all of you. And as you can see, here's another thing that we got. Look at that. Right there. And as you can see, we have a chance. This is the severe wind outlook for tomorrow. There is a fairly high risk for a damaging thunderstorm winds 60 mile per hour or more. There is some risk for winds of 75 miles per hour or higher. There is a fairly high risk for damaging thunderstorm winds Sunday afternoon and evening. Some risks for wind gusts as high as 75 miles per hour with thunderstorms. Now, even if there is not a tornado, if you happen to catch yourself outside in one of these storms that has 60 plus mile an hour winds, just have ways to receive warnings and just stay on all 10 of your toes, because high winds can be just as bad as a tornado. So I just wanted to show you this. This is the severe wind outlook for tomorrow, and you know where you live and you know what part of the risk you are. So yeah. Southern Illinois around here is definitely pretty high right here. And so is parts of near St. Louis, too, between Sparta and St. Louis, too. Yeah. And also I want to show you this, too. This right here, gusty winds to 35 to 45 miles per hour Sunday into early Monday with locally stronger winds. The severe weather threat remains steady. The map's black lines indicate the approximate timing of the cold front and severe storm Sunday evening. Cold and snow chances? Question mark? No, I'm just sorry, y'all. I just had to crack a joke right there, but because I know a lot of all my people on here are tired of the cold weather and snow, so I just had to just say it like that because I figured someone would get a kick out of that. But cold and snow chances. Much colder air arrives Sunday night and lingers through early Wednesday. Single-digit wind chill readings are likely Monday night into Tuesday morning. Light snow accumulation is possible Sunday night into Monday morning. Most locations will see less than an inch on grassy and elevated surfaces. So yeah, as you can see, severe weather threat persists, windy conditions, colder temperatures, and light snow. So yeah, I don't know if you've seen any of those like memes and stuff, y'all, where it says dress accordingly. Where it's like, welcome to my state, dress accordingly, you know? That's what it's gonna kind of be like for some people. But yeah, I showed you the wind risk and the risks in general for severe weather for tomorrow. But now, onto what everyone has. Now, onto what everyone is probably curious about. This right here, ladies and gentlemen. This right here. This is the tornado probability and the tornado outlook. And as you can see, the greatest chance for tornadoes is in parts of southern Illinois, parts of Missouri, parts of Arkansas, Tennessee, and near and around Paducah. As the line intensifies, tornadoes form along the line, or tornadoes may form along the line, excuse me. Some of the tornadoes could be relatively strong, EF2 intensity. Tracks typically are fairly short in this type of environment, but a 10 to 15 mile path can't be ruled out. Relatively larger tornado warnings than normal may be required to cover a fast-moving, evolving threat with multiple rotations along the line. So yeah, this is what most people are worried about, because most people, whenever they hear stuff like this, they just want to know what the tornado outlook is. And there's some people who just want to see the hail and the winds, but a lot of people just want to see the tornado risk, you know. So as you can see, in parts of St. Louis, they are under a 2 to 4% chance. And over in Missouri, they're under a 2% chance. And even some parts of Missouri is under a 5% chance. And Kentucky, parts of Missouri, and parts of Tennessee and Arkansas, and even parts of almost extremely southern Illinois and parts like that, like near the Indiana border, are going to be under a 10% tornado risk. So if you are in the green, I wouldn't worry necessarily too much about tornadoes, but it still can't be rolled out. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And for everyone who lives like around Sparta all the way down to Paducah, I'm not saying a tornado is going to occur, I'm talking about for the brown. I'm not talking about the yellow. I'm sorry, y'all, if that was confusing really bad right there, but for those who live in the brown, a tornado probability is a little bit higher for us. So just once again, just keep on all 10 of your toes. The people who live in the yellow, you need to pay the most attention out of everybody. Because you could have a chance to see an EF2 intensity tornado in this yellow. So just make sure you have ways to receive warnings and just, be ready and have a plan whenever disaster strikes. So yeah, everybody. Just wanted to make a little video explaining everything to all of you and kind of put, because there's always somebody on social media who has to fearmonger and, just scare people and all of this and that. So, yeah, I just want to give you the facts as they are and let you make your own conclusion. So if this helped you out at all, please leave a like, comment, and share this video. And subscribe. But that's going to do it for this episode of Roaring Skies, ladies and gentlemen. I hope all of you stay safe tomorrow. And be safe out there, y'all. And I will see you in the next one.